The sun rose softly over Medina, its light brushing the rooftops of mud and clay. A stillness hung in the air, gentle, sacred, almost knowing. Inside a modest home, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sat quietly, his body weary, but his heart radiant. He looked toward the mosque, the house his hands had built, and smiled. He had delivered the message. He had guided his people, and now the light that had illuminated the world was beginning to set. Every soul that knew him felt it, the weight of the moment and the beauty of the peace it carried. This was the last dawn of prophecy and the first light of legacy. It was the 10th year after Hijrah. The messenger of God, peace be upon him, announced, "This year I will perform the pilgrimage." From every corner of Arabia, believers came, men and women who had once fought him, now united under the call of faith. They set out together toward Makkah, an ocean of white garments moving across golden sand, over 100,000 hearts, and one radiant soul leading them all. The Prophet rode Al-Qaswa, calm, steady, graceful, a figure of serenity and motion. No banners of power, only the unity of belief. At Arafat he stood, the crowd surrounding him like waves. His voice carried through the desert air. "O people, listen to me as I explain to you, for I do not know if I will meet you again after this year in this position of mine. O people, your bloods and your properties are sacred to you, as sacred as this day of yours, in this month of yours, in this land of yours. Beware. Everything of the affairs of the age of ignorance is under my feet and is revoked. The bloods of the age of ignorance are revoked. And the first of our bloods that I revoke is the blood of Ibn Rabi'ah ibn al-Harith. He was being nursed by Banu Sa'd, and Hudayl killed him. It was the farewell pilgrimage, and his words became a covenant, not of kingship, but of conscience." On the day of Arafah, the desert fell silent. 100,000 hearts stood as one, waiting. The messenger of God raised his gaze. The sun burned gold above the plain, and revelation descended like light upon light. "Today I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and chosen Islam for you as religion." Qur'an, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 3. Some wept for joy. Some wept because perfection means completion, and completion means the mission nears its end. On that Friday at Arafah, the Ummah learned what victory truly is. Not a crown, but a covenant. The fever began after a funeral in Al-Baqā. A piercing pain wrapped around his head. He asked permission to be nursed in the house of ʿAΐshah, and they brought him there with love. When the nights grew heavy, he asked, "Have the people prayed?" Water was poured for him. He washed, tried to stand, and fainted. He awoke, asked again, and tried again. More than once. Only patience and prayer on his lips. Then he said, "Let Abū Bakr lead the people." And Abū Bakr stood where he once stood, guiding the rows day after day, 17 prayers in those final days. At Fajr on Monday, the curtain moved. He looked upon them, shoulders touching, heart steady, and smiled. A smile that said, "You are ready." Near Duha on Monday, 12th Rab al-Awwal, 11th AH, in ʿAishah's arms, the messenger of God grew still. He was 63. The light in his body dimmed, but the light in his ummah began to rise. Midday in Medina, light fell through the window like liquid gold. The messenger of God, peace be upon him and grant him peace, lay in the arms of ʿAΐshah, his beloved, his head resting on her lap. He asked for his miswak, and when his teeth were freshened, He looked toward the roof, eyes shining with a peace beyond the world. He whispered, "O Allah, the highest companion," once, then again, and his hand fell still. The room filled with light, not from the sun, but from the weight of what had departed. The earth held its breath, and heaven opened its doors. City of Medina shook. The messenger of God was gone, yet hearts refused to believe it. Umar ibn al-Khattab unsheathed his sword and cried, "By Allah, he has not died. He has gone to his Lord like Moses before him." And the people wept, torn between hope and denial. Then Abū Bakr arrived, face pale, eyes calm with faith. He entered the house, uncovered the prophet's face, kissed his forehead, and whispered, "How sweet you are in life and in death." He stepped out to the mosque. The crowd still trembled. Umar's voice rose above them. "Whoever worships Muhammad, know that Muhammad has died. But whoever worships Allah, know that Allah lives and never dies." The words cut through grief like light through clouds. Faith stood again, and the legacy of prophecy rose from its ashes. For a day, Medina stood still. The voice that had called them to light was silent. Yet faith did not fall. Abū Bakr and Umar entered the house once more, their hearts heavy, their eyes firm. The companions gathered, hearts searching for direction. They knew what had to be done, not to replace him, for none could, but to guard what he had built. At Saqfa, words were spoken, tears shed, and Abū Bakr was chosen, the first successor, the keeper of the prophet's trust. The sun of prophecy had set, but its light now lived in hearts, and the dawn of leadership began. Next time, the rise of the caliphate.